All right, welcome to day 4. You guys have been doing a great job so far. So today we are going to actually start to build onto crow pose. So what you've been doing until this point is just getting ready and kind of getting familiar with the breath and how to use your abdominals, and those are really important. But today we're just going to even break it down farther. So we're going to come back to the actual arms, the hands. So crow pose is probably a pose that you've seen the most or you've done the most in a yoga class. It's pretty accessible and it's used a lot. Now, like I said, we are going to be doing some crazy arm balances by the end of the month, but if you just want to work on crow pose for the rest of the month, you'll have enough tools to keep coming back to these videos and breaking it down piece by piece, okay? So today, again, we're just doing the arms and we're going to talk about creating a shelf. So if you think about a shelf, if you're putting one up on your wall, and your two pillar guys that attach to the wall, I don't know what they're called. I obviously don't do a lot of construction or hardware around the house. I don't even know what it's called. So if you have these two guys and they're attached to the wall, okay? So if they're too far apart, your shelf is going to fall in between, right? If they are too close together, it's going to go to one side or the other. So you need to have them nice and balanced apart, which for your body is going to be shoulder width, okay? So we're going to start, I'm going to turn sideways so that you can see. You're just going to come into a forward fold and bend your knees as much as you need to bring your hands to the ground. If your hands are not reaching the ground, you can place your blocks there as well, okay? So bring your hands shoulder width. Now your fingers are going to be nice and wide here. The wider that they are, the easier it's going to be to grip, and it's going to be really good for your wrists. And we'll talk about that later, but just take my word for it today that you want your fingers wide, okay? So fingers are wide, palms down onto the mat, and your wrists are directly underneath the shoulders. Start to walk your knees in, boop, boop, boop. You're going to lift up onto your heels, okay? So this is where you can start to build your shelf. Again, if your arms are too close together, your knees are going to go out. Where are they holding on to? If they're too far apart, if they're out here, or your elbows are bent out, they fall in between. So today, practice on your hands are wide, you're walking your feet close, and as you bend your knees, you're bending your elbows back. At this point, you'll be able to lean your knees onto the back of the arms. Now again, keep your neck nice and long so you're not crunching or looking down. And you can start today just by leaning forward. So you have your shelf, you're placing your knees on there, and you're just leaning the weight. Okay, now from here, whoop, you can start to walk your feet back and lift up. Or you can keep working and just lift one leg at a time. Okay? So that is your task for today. Also, keep working on Talasana. Keep working on that lift in and up because we're going to use that again in the coming days for more arm balances. So have fun, work on this part on building your shelf, and I will see you tomorrow. Love and light. Bye.